Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I wanted to share with you a list of items or even categories that I think are worth investing in, like a higher quality piece. Oftentimes that does mean that it'll probably come with a higher price tag as well. So based on my personal experience of shopping at many different brands across a wide range of price points, these are basically my learnings. So I hope this can also help you out as well next time you go shopping or you're in the process of building a wardrobe that will last. So the first category is handbags, because I think that's kind of like what a lot of you guys are interested in. I really believe that you cannot go wrong with a black leather bag. For my personal collection, I had to choose this one. This is the Chanel Vanity that you guys have seen so much on this channel. It doesn't have to be this exact bag, but in general, I think a black leather bag is going to get your money's worth. When you stick with something neutrals, something really classic, it'll be so much easier to style. And something like a black color is very forgiving. It can get dirty and you won't be able to tell as much. Even if you get it scratched, it's not going to be as noticeable. So sticking to like a darker neutral, like a classic black, is really the way to go. And as long as you pick something that is also practical in a sense, because for me, when it comes to handbags, practicality has a lot to do with the capacity of the bag. So how much can I actually fit inside my bag? This size, personally, I find to be like absolutely perfect for all day long, both day and night. It's not like ultra thin or slim, so I can put, you know, actual stuff, whether it's a hand lotion, my camera, wallet, sunglasses even. So as long as you go for something very classic like black leather that also has practicality, versatility will also follow. The next one kind of goes hand in hand with a black leather bag, and that is a black leather shoe. And I don't think it'll come as a surprise to anyone that I had to pick these René Caovilla boots. These are the black on black Clio boots that you guys have also seen way too many times on this channel. This shoe was truly worth every single dollar I spent on this, because I honestly have no idea how many times I was able to wear this. This is truly a workhorse shoe in my closet. I have always been quality over quantity kind of person, and that does apply to shopping as well. But not every single like designer item that I've bought was, you know, like worth the money, I would say. And every single year, sometimes like twice a year, I do share with you guys my like favorite luxury purchases, and I always focus on items that I did buy that year. But if I could, I would always include this one, because I've been wearing these like non-stop for 4 or 5 years now. And I think last year is when I started to notice, oh, there goes my phone. Last year was when I started to notice that some of the crystals had like rubbed off. And I think it was mainly because of just wear and tear. But because I did go with a black on black, honestly, these are kind of heavy. But because they're black on black, I don't know if you might be able to see that. It's not that noticeable. And I hardly ever buy the same thing twice, because when I buy something, I buy it right. So there's really no need to like replace it like so often. But this shoe is definitely one of the items that I would consider repurchasing, like the same thing. I'm pretty sure this was my like introduction into the brand. Even though they're so well known for, you know, high heels, this really takes the cake for me. You can kind of see the leather creasing, right? But again, it's black leather, so you really can't see. I wouldn't say they're like as comfortable as, you know, like tennis shoes, but they are leather like combat boots. And considering that they are very comfortable, I would say like 9 out of 10. I usually wear them for like many hours and like no issues. I just love them. They are literally me in a shoe. The next one is not as fabulous as the René Caovilla boots that I just showed you, but the HERMES JENNA boots. You guys, I had no idea like how much wear I would get out of these shoes. I had no idea how comfortable these shoes would be. I didn't think I would love them this much, but I really do. And just like these, I would actually replace them. The ones I have are in the 60 height. They also have a much taller one, which is 90 centimeters. I always kind of like go back and forth. I don't know if I really want them or like need them, but I think I am open to like trying them. But this height really is like perfect for me and my lifestyle. As you guys know, this is actually not a leather shoe, which is why they're so much lighter. You can see, or can you see, this is more of a fabric. It's kind of like that sock boot. Again, another like ankle boot with the leather Hermes right there. It has the cable knit detail, which is very, you know, like cozy, like fall and winter appropriate. It has the horseshoe, like just like Hermes. I love how slimming they are. They do have this kind of like a square toe, but does come with round edges, which is why it still feels pretty classic enough. I would say in general, like black shoes, you cannot go wrong with them. So I recommend you to find something that actually fits your style, that fits your lifestyle, and something that you actually find comfortable. And for me, I had to mention this one. It's really hard to find a shoe with some kind of heel that is this comfortable. Next, we have clothes, and I have several different categories. You guys know some kind of leather bottoms are really my go-to. I love them all. Leather leggings, leather pants, leather shorts, leather skirt. But I gotta say, in my opinion, leather pieces are actually worth investing in the real thing, especially leather bottoms for me personally, because that is something that I wear a lot. If you live in like a mild climate, like in California, like you can kind of get away with, you know, like faux leather pieces. But when you go somewhere actually cold, that's when you'll notice the actual like difference in faux leather pieces and the real leather pieces. And also the look of the leather does matter to me as well. Real leather pieces are much softer. It has more of a sheen. It's not shiny. But just in general, like the quality, leather will, unless you do something like so extreme, it'll actually last. So after wearing a lot of like faux leather leggings, I did invest in these leather leggings from Frame. This one, however, it's not my favorite because it's a little too long, but I love how seamless they are, like on the front and the back, and there is a zipper on the side. And the long length, you can just hide it in your shoe. I do that with the Renee Calvilla boots anyway, so it's like no problem. But to be honest, my ultimate favorite is not leggings. I don't think leggings are like the most flattering look unless you have the most perfect, you know, like model like legs. So something that's a lot more flattering and like actually perfection, I don't know if you guys remember, but it is these leather pants from Joseph. Every time I wear them, I am just amazed at how perfect these are. For me, I think it's called like Coleman trousers or something. So they do this exact style in many different like fabrics as well. So it's not just like leather pieces. They also do this like regular trousers for the spring and summertime, more like fall and winter fabric as well. But you guys, these actually fit me like a glove. I went with size 34, and with any leather pieces, just keep in mind they will stretch over time, especially if you wear them a lot. So even if they fit like really tight in the beginning, that's probably not how it's gonna feel as you wear them. They're supposed to be more of that like cropped length, I believe, but they hit me right at my ankle, so it just creates that perfectly tailored trouser, like tapered look that I love without being baggy anywhere. It's just perfection for me, to the point where I did consider getting the same thing in other colors as well. So it is something that I always kind of like eye on, but I just feel like it's never gonna be as good as this. But you guys, in general, like Joseph is such a good brand. I wish there was a store in the States. I don't believe so, but there should be one in London. There's quite a few in Japan. Oh yeah, these I got in Tokyo. Sometimes it feels kind of like Hermes-y, so I view Joseph as Hermes at like a fraction of the price. They're still high quality. It's very like minimalistic. It's very classic style. Nothing like too crazy, but not everything is good. But if you find the right one, something of high quality, it's just so good. So a brand to highlight, and these pants. Love. Oh yeah, and I brought this out as well. These leather shorts are from L'Academy, I think. I got these a couple years ago again, but tailored shorts and tailored skirts. Another thing that I would spend some more money on, and all these like leather pieces that I showed you, there's like no logo. There's no need to, you know, go for the logo thing, in my opinion. It's honestly easier to style when there's absolutely like nothing on it. So as long as you find something good, you will always like reach for it. Just so simple, yet like so perfect. And going with a theme of like tailored pieces, that burgundy skirt that I just got from Kate, I still think it was overpriced, but I know it's gonna be money well spent. I can't say for sure yet because it just started to get cold here, but I already wore it out. There's like 50 outfits that I have in mind that I can like style that skirt with. And I mentioned that skirt in my previous video, which was my fall capsule wardrobe. That video kind of inspired me to do this video because it really made me reflect on my like shopping habits, my thought process when I look at a piece or consider buying something. Oh, that also reminds me, when you're looking for like tailored bottoms especially, don't just think that you have to like find something that actually fits you. You can always get it tailored to really perfect it. So even if it's not so tailored, you can make it actually tailored to you, if that makes sense. Okay, the last clothing category I have for you guys today: coats, jackets, blazers. Even when it comes to jackets, I really think, especially if you're considering some kind of like fur, shearling, you know, that kind of category, I would always try to go with the real thing. And once again, comparing climates, you really feel the difference when you go somewhere actually cold. If you're just going for the look in terms of just the design, if it's something kind of like funky or very different that you just want to wear like for a couple seasons, I think a faux fur is like good enough. But if you're going with something really classic, then it would be something that I would consider splurging on. Out of all my fur coats, whether it's like the real thing or like faux fur, the one thing that I want to highlight is shearling. Shearling is something that I would always opt in for the real thing. This is probably just like my personal preference, but I love a good shearling coat. It's very hard to find the right one in the right color, in the right price point, of course, but I always do a due diligence. I think I'm a very good shopper, like a very savvy shopper. So all the shearling coats that I have, I absolutely love. Like the green Saks Potts one. Oh, speaking of, that brand no longer exists. That was kind of heartbreaking because this jacket, if you've been following me for like many years, you would know this jacket, but this jacket like has a very special place in my heart. And in terms of like other jackets, I don't think you have to spend like an insane amount of money as long as you find the right fit and the quality. So I always check the composition. I try not to get anything with like synthetic fabric and something that has a good fit, not something just like, you know, loose and oversized with like no shape, but something that's a bit more intentional. So that's it, you guys. Those are all the things that I personally think are worth investing in a higher quality piece. Let me know if you have any questions. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you in my next video.